Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another Hardcore Iron Man progress video. And we spent the last episode just prepping and doing all the quests and getting everything that we need to start doing Barrows. So today's episode is going to be completely focused around Barrows, and we're going to be doing Barrows the whole time. And like I said in the last episode, we're going to be doing 50 chests today. Assuming you kill all 6 brothers, which of course is what we're going to be doing, the odds of getting a piece of Barrows equipment is 1 out of 17.42 per chest. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we could expect like 2 to 3 Barrows items today. Alright, so I don't want to keep this video too long because the whole video is literally just going to be going through every single chest while I talk over it. Before I started doing these Barrows runs, I did a practice run on my main to get used to it because I haven't done Barrows in years, and even then I barely did any. I had like 16 KC on my main, so I've spent maybe like 2 hours of Barrows my whole life. So here's the first chest that we did right here. It was pretty mediocre, 44k. But that's not what it's about. It's about building up the RNG. But I want to show you the method that I use to bank, which I think is pretty standard for low levels. So I teleport to my house. I got the altar built right there so I can restore my prayer. And then one room over I have the Kirill teleport to go right to Canifis. And then the bank is just a very short run away from there. But after that first chest, I realized it would probably be a good idea to bring a melee switch to kill the 3 skeletons in the tunnel. I'm not sure why I just brought the dragon skin but not the melee helm at the start, although I did remember to bring the helm a few chests later, so you'll see it in my inventory from then on. With the Shades of Mortone quest done, which we did in the last video, every 20 minutes we can teleport to the Shades of Mortone minigame, which is really close to Barrows. But in between those 20-minute teleports, we have to use the other slightly more tedious method to get there, and we did In Search of the Myrick as well to prepare for this because it unlocks a decent shortcut to get to the Swamp Bodhi faster, which takes you to near where Barrows is. And the 20-minute timer was a perfect time for me because I was doing pretty much exactly 6 trips per hour, which means I was able to use the minigame teleport every other trip. I know 10-minute Barrows chest runs aren't ideal, and I think the average chest takes 5 minutes if I understand correctly, but I was in no rush and I'm just happy to be getting some chests done. I also had to do a lot of walking, which is super annoying because the best I have is super energies, and it'll probably be a long time before I get the Herblore level for staminas. So I would just have to time out my walking and running correctly. Like I would walk when I was going to the bank and taking the shortcut, and then run while I went through the swamp. But just even doing Barrows uses up so much run energy. Like I would walk between each of the brothers and then save my run for the tunnel. But then I would use up all my run in the tunnel, so by the time I teleport out of there, I'd have like no run left. And unfortunately, at this point, I do not have a revitalization pool in my house. And once again, we are ruining the 69 pure, and here is 70 magic from Barrows. The magic XP here isn't amazing. I'm using the Ivan staff on pretty much all the brothers except Aram. I'm using range on him, but I think I was averaging like maybe 10 to 15k XP per hour. So it's nothing amazing, but it is still nice to get that XP in. Actually, I was using range on Kirill as well for the first like 5 or 10 chests or something, and it was like taking so long. I was like, wow dude, why does Kirill take forever to kill? Because I thought you're supposed to range him for some reason. Like, he's a ranger, you know, you don't use magic on a ranger. But then I saw more people there and they were all maging him, so I tried it, and let's just say I never went back to ranging Kirill again. So on chest number 16, we got our very first Barrows item, which was a Varric's helm. I guess I should have said this at the start of the video, but the main things that I would really like to get would be a Kirill's top and bottom mainly, although Aram's would be nice too, and I suppose that any of the melee tops or bottoms would be improvement over Rune or even Dragon, which we don't even have yet. Also, 4 chests after that first one, we got lucky again, and we got a Torag's plate body, so that one's gonna be really awesome to have. Definitely an improvement over the Rune plate body. No fighter torso, by the way. But what I don't want to get is any helmets, because I'm really not planning to do much PVM outside of Slayer, so it's pretty much pointless to get a helm, because I have the Slayer helm for Slayer, and I have Void for non-Slayer, so there's very few things that I would need a Barrows helm for. But really, a Varric's helm, I don't think I'll be doing any Willy bosses on here, sorry to say, so it's kind of disappointing. Although getting a full Guthans or even a Dirac set would be nice for Nightmare Zone, so I could finally do some stuff on my main. Although I think it's going to be a very long time before we actually finish a set. And if I ever did get a full Dirac set on here, I'm not going to use it on the Giant Mole. It's just really not worth risking that, because when your mind goes on autopilot after getting too comfortable, or even if you just get really tired, it can be so easy to forget to just turn on your prayer. And just one single mistake means it would all be over, so yeah, I'm not going to be directing Mole, and the Hardcore Iron Man Mole meme exists for a reason. We got the previous piece on chest number 20, so now 15 chests later on chest number 35, we got a Dirac's Great Axe. So speaking of Diracs, here we go. There's a Diracs right there. Now at this point, we're already ahead, because statistically speaking, we should have just gotten our second piece there, but we're up to 3 now, so it must be that Hardcore Iron Man, by the way, luck. By the way, I know people go like 50 plus chests dry on their accounts, and there's just some super unlucky people at Barrows, so I just feel really happy with what we've got so far. Dude, and then 4 chests later after that last one, we got Durak's plate legs. I think this game actually wants me to start Duraking Mole. Like a good video maker I am, I just missed recording 71 magic, but not only did we get 71 magic, we got 1600 total level. The gains are coming in, guys. But this is actually really nice because now we have the Torag's plate body and the Durak's legs, so we don't even have to use the rune anymore. In fact, we pretty much just skipped over dragon, so we don't even have to worry about getting dragon plate legs or anything. Also, we're getting another level here. Here is 83 hit points, and I will never complain about having more health on the hardcore Iron Man. But I guess I'm just going to spoil the rest of the video because that was the last item that we got in the 50 chests. We got 4 items in total, which I'll put the items in KC up on the screen right now for you in case you missed it or forgot. Obviously, I didn't do Barrows the most efficient way possible. I just wanted to do 50 chests and see how lucky we could get. And just the fact that we got a melee top and bottom, I consider that to be a success and make this whole thing totally worth it. I mean, I know Barrows tabs exist, and I know there's better ways to get around the map, and more efficient house layouts, and more efficient everything, but this game is about having fun, and while I do enjoy a bit of sweaty Cheeto dust on my fingers from time to time, I also like to enjoy myself on the game, and I have to say, I really did enjoy doing this. Now, if I didn't get any Barrows pieces, I might not have enjoyed it as much, but the pieces were coming in so frequently that it really kept me in high spirits. But now we're just running back to the bank, and we'll do a price check of all the items that we got. Also, keep in mind that we don't have the Mauritania Hard Diary done, so we're not going to be getting 50% extra runes. But that doesn't even matter anyways, because that's not the reason why we came here. We came here to get the pieces. Also, I didn't really keep track of the runes that we got. I guess you could add it up if you go back through the video and like look at all the chests. But we did start with, I think, 1,000 death runes at the start, and even using Ivan's staff the whole time, which uses 1 death rune per cast, as well as some fire runes also, we did end up with around 1,000 extra death runes on top of that. Now, if we price check all the pieces, actually, I couldn't price check the Durak's axe because I equipped it for like 1 second in the tunnel, so it degraded, but the axe is worth like 500k, so the items we got in total are worth like 2.3 mil. Although the prices don't really matter, it's more about how much use will the items have for the account, and like I said, I'm really happy with what we got, and I think we came out on top. It'll probably be some time until I come back here because I'd rather unlock things that would make Barrows more efficient first before really committing and going all out here. But with that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again tomorrow.